Welcome to the Kunateh Impact Show, where leadership, business, and legacy come together. I'm Abdul Kunateh, and every day we bring you practical insights to help you lead stronger, think bigger, and create lasting impact. A few years ago, I walked into a weekly check-in and discovered a project that was 2 weeks late, over budget, and built to the wrong set of assumptions. One conversation, 15 minutes, direct and structured, turned that outcome around in a week. Today, I want to give you that structure. By the end of this episode, you'll have 3 repeatable conversations you can use this week. The expectation conversation to remove ambiguity, the growth conversation to align development with results, and the accountability conversation to close loops while protecting trust. Simple, human, actionable. Let me set the scene. We were building a new customer onboarding flow. Engineers, designers, product, marketing, 50 people, high visibility. The product manager assumed the onboarding needed 5 guided steps. Engineering built 3. Marketing was ready with messaging for 5. No one had agreed on what done looked like. The result, rework, missed deadlines, and a client who questioned our reliability. In that check-in, I stopped the meeting and ran one short conversation. We defined the outcome, the boundaries, the measure of success, and who owned the decision. 15 minutes later, everyone knew the target, and a clear path forward emerged. That moment taught me that the right conversation, structured and respectful, is a leadership multiplier. Insight 1, the expectation conversation. When you set expectations, you convert ambiguity into direction. The conversation is short and follows 4 parts. Define the outcome, set the boundaries, agree the measures, and name the owner. Here's a simple script you can use. I want us to be clear on the outcome we're aiming for. What does success look like to you? What must we include and what's out of scope? How we measure that? Who is the final decision owner? Example, instead of asking your team to improve onboarding, say, our target is to move new user activation from 40% to 55% within 6 weeks. We will ship 3 guided steps that cover sign up, first action, and core value capture. Success is measured by activation rate and time to first value. Product owns a decision on scope. Engineering owns delivery. That clarity eliminates most of the back and forth. Quick checklist for expectation conversations. 1, state the target outcome. 2, name what's in and out of scope. 3, call out the metrics. 4, declare the decision owner. 5, confirm understanding. Ask, do you see it the same way? Use that checklist until it becomes a habit. Insight 2, the growth conversation. Growth conversations link individual aspiration to business needs. Too many development talks focus on vague ambitions. We want development that scales and serves the organization. Start by asking, what skill change will create the biggest business impact in the next 90 days? Then co-create a low-friction stretch objective tied to real work. A short growth script. Where do you want to grow this quarter, and what result would show that growth? If you took on this stretch, leading the customer readiness play for 2 weeks, what support would you need, and how will we measure progress? Make the development opportunity part of delivery, not separate from it. That reduces friction and creates learning by doing. Low friction development plan. 1, pick a real deliverable as the learning vehicle. 2, map one mentor or peer review step. 3, set a short feedback cadence. 4, define a clear success signal. Small bets, repeated, compound quickly, especially for busy leaders who can't add lengthy training programs. Insight 3, the accountability conversation. Accountability isn't about blame. It's about closing loops so teams learn and move forward. Use a pattern that preserves dignity. Describe the outcome, surface the gap without judgment, understand constraints, and agree next steps. A short script works well. We expected X by Y. We're not there. Help me understand what happened. What got in the way? Given that, what will you do next? And how can I or the team support you? When you frame accountability as a learning conversation, you reduce defensiveness and increase ownership. Turn missed outcomes into experiments. What will we try differently? Who will check in? And what metric will tell us it's working? That lets you close the loop and move on without eroding trust. Now, a real-world playbook. Use these 3 short templates in your next meeting or one-on-one. Expectation template. Our target is X by Y in scope A out of scope B. Success is measured by M. Owner is Z. Do you agree? Growth template. What single skill move this quarter would create the most impact? Let's attach it to a specific deliverable and set success criteria. Accountability template. We expected X. We're at Y. Tell me what happened and what will you do next? How can I help? Read them once, adapt them to your voice, and use them. Key takeaways. 1. Clarity is a leadership multiplier. Use the expectation conversation to remove ambiguity. 2. Development sticks when it's tied to real work. Use the growth conversation to scale learning. 3. Accountability is a learning loop. Use the accountability conversation to close gaps and preserve dignity. Quick reflection. Which of these 3 conversations does your team need this week? Action step. In your next team meeting, pick one agenda item and run the expectation template. State the outcome, clarify scope, name the measure, and confirm the owner. Track the result and share the learning in the following meeting. If this episode helped you, subscribe to the Kunateh Impact Show so you won't miss future episodes with practical tools like this. Lead with purpose and create lasting impact. Thank you for listening to Kunateh Impact. If today's episode added value, share it with someone who's building their legacy. Until next time, keep leading with purpose and creating impact.